How's it going, guys? Mark McNabb with TopSpeed.com here. This week, I'm in the 2014 Ram 1500 EcoDiesel. This is a pretty sweet truck, and it's all new for 2014, or at least the engine is, and that's the biggest part. This is that 3-liter V6 TurboDiesel, and it is mated to that ZF 8-speed automatic transmission. The combination is very, very powerful, to the tune of 420 pound-feet of torque and 240 horsepower. The best part, this sucker gets 28 miles to the gallon on the highway. And in fact, if you baby it and go about 65 instead of 70 and really try to feather the throttle a little bit, you actually get 30. You get above the EPA numbers on this truck. Right now, I'm going 65 and I'm getting 33 miles to the gallon on flat road at sea level. That's pretty remarkable. This truck is rated to tow 9,200 pounds on the hitch. It can also haul in the bed like 1,600 pounds. And this is a capable truck, but it's still getting 33 miles to the gallon on the highway. It's remarkable. It's fantastic what a V6 diesel will do in a truck this size. Now, this is basically just a 1500 truck. It has the 1500 suspension. Since it's Ram, it does have that 5-link live axle in the back. It does not have leaf springs like a regular truck or like a Ford or Chevy. This has that coilover shock 5-link in the back. So it is really compliant. It feels like an SUV. In fact, the bumps and things that I'm used to hitting on the roads around my house, I don't even feel them. It's like they're not even there. The suspension is that compliant. And this isn't even the air ride suspension in the truck. So it's basically the base suspension without the air ride, and it still rides kind of like a Cadillac. It's really, really impressive. Other things I'm really impressed with, well, the exterior looks. I mean, it does look pretty awesome. It is a Dodge Ram, and so it has that massive front grille. There you can see it's just loaded with chrome, those big headlights, big fog lights. This one has that lowered front suspension for more aerodynamic appeal. So, you know, it's kind of hunkered down in the front, kind of raised up in the back. It's kind of an interesting look. Also, this truck has active air shutters in the grille, so when it doesn't need the extra air, it actually closes the flaps in the grille to create positive pressure, makes it more aerodynamic. The air just flows right over the truck. Around back, this truck does have the Ram Box toolbox system in the bed, so for the extra $1,500 or so, you get these great 2 compartments on either side of the bed wall that are great for holding tools, trailer hitches, tow straps, extra rope, all sorts of great stuff you can put in there, and they're lockable with the keyless entry system, so every time you get in and out of the truck, they lock with the truck. It's fantastic. This truck also comes with the bed management system, which has the great little aluminum strips that hold the little twisty rack things on there, so you can just strap stuff down. Also, it has this great foldable bed extender. When you're not using it as an extender, it's also a bed partition, so it's multi-purpose in that respect as well. And it also has the 4-pin and 7-pin trailer hitch wiring connectors, and also the 2-inch receiver hitch. So you can pretty much do all the towing that you would ever need to do with this truck as a stock form. On the inside, well, this is the Laramie edition, so it has the great leather seats, which are heated and cooled. It also has the leather dash. It has the leather armrest, which is really fantastic. Leather-covered heated steering wheel, which is also really nice. Best of all, it comes with that 8.4-inch Uconnect touchscreen navigation system. I honestly think Uconnect is probably one of the best systems out there. It just works well. It's got all the controls laid out at the bottom. You can see everything you need. Radio, media, controls, climate, nav, phone, and all your applications. They're right there, and they're super easy to get to. It looks great. It looks modern. It looks sophisticated. My only complaint with this system is at startup, when you start the truck, it takes a little bit of time to get going, and if I'm trying to, you know, hit the AC controls and make it cool off in here, there's about maybe a 15-second delay that feels like 30 minutes because I can't get that AC to turn on as quickly as I want it to. So that's my only complaint with the Uconnect system. Everything else seems to work extremely, extremely well, and it's very intuitive. Someone who's not a computer person will get this system. Other things. Well, I have this massive TFT display in the center gauge cluster, so all of my information as far as fuel economy, I can even see my transmission temp, I can see coolant, stuff like that, coolant temp, oil pressure, oil temperature, everything. I can see it right there in the dash. Hard gauges, I've got tachometer, speedometer, oil pressure, temperature, coolant temperature, diesel level, and my DEF fluid level. So it's all laid out very simply right in the dash. Now I want to talk usability really quick about some of the features inside the cab. Well, using it on a daily basis, you're going to notice how quiet this truck is. I was really taken back by how insanely quiet this truck is. I mean, it's just as quiet as the Cadillac CTS I had a few weeks ago. It really is that quiet. A couple of complaints. There are a few things in here that I really don't like. Number one is the gear change manual selector here on the steering wheel. It literally is two little bitty buttons that is gear up and down, and it doesn't quite fall where my thumb falls on the steering wheel. If it was maybe a vertical orientation rather than horizontal, it would be okay. But it's really awkward to manually change gears in the ZF 8-speed transmission, which is kind of a disappointment because it's diesel, and if I'm towing something, I need to be able to do that quickly without having to look for it. If I had gloves on, it wouldn't work as well. So that's one of the things. Another thing, the screen in the center gauge cluster, the TFT screen, even with the brightness turned way up, it still kind of glares out just a little bit with polarized sunglasses on. It's not terrible, but it's a lot lighter when I take my glasses off. That's not normally an issue with some of the screens that I see. Another thing, not a complaint though, this sound system, the Alpine sound system that's in this truck, is pretty fantastic. It does a really good job at recreating sound. My test track sounds pretty good with it, and there's no complaints there. Another thing that's really useful about this truck is the back seats. They are massive, loads of legroom in this thing, and when you're not using it for people, they fold up, and then these little trays fold down. That way you have a partially flat load floor. It's definitely not the best system that's out there. I think GM kind of has that one nailed down, but it's pretty good for what it is, and it gives you a lot of room to load stuff besides people in the back of this truck. Now, price. Price for this truck starts, base price, at $42,000. Now this is the quad cab, so it is longer, and it is two-wheel drive with the V6 TurboDiesel. Now my truck does have a few options on it that bring the price to $49,700. So yeah, it's sort of pricey, but you do get a lot with it. So I mean, obviously you get the nice leather interior, you get the nice Uconnect system, the RAM box system, which, that is an option, so you don't have to get it. It is $1,200. So I mean, if you're not going to use it, then don't get it. But the best part of this truck is that diesel, and it's only a $2,000 option above the Hemi, and honestly, it's really worth it because you will make your money back. With this getting the mileage that it gets, I don't see it happening, or I don't see it taking very long at all for you to buy back the cost of this truck when you save the diesel at the pump. So, this has been Mark McNabb for another episode of Top Speed Garage. Hope you guys take care. Make sure you rate, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Also, comment in the comments section below on the website. Check out all the pictures. Have a great week. Talk to you next time. Thanks.